NFC West. That is your bread and butter, Gilbert. That is the that's where you that is the conference that you cover now. That is you choose the church's parking lot. That's where you're going to be walking from.
Well,
So
Fernando, I just found this out. Church's Chicken is no longer there because the Clippers arena tore it down. I saw
oh
that the other day.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
sent
where the
me.
Clippers arena is going to
Yeah,
be.
across the street. So,
Yeah, that's going to be. I'm interested to
R.I.P.
see how
Church's
they.
Chicken.
Hey, but starting off with let's start off with the Niners. Trey Lance is now taking over. I told you last week that Jimmy G is no longer around the team. They don't want him around the team because it's Trey Lance. He had a pretty good touchdown pass over the weekend in his first preseason game. It was like a 70-yard bomb. Now that he's taken over, what does that mean for the 49ers? And can they contend again and make a postseason run with Trey Lance at quarterback?
What does it mean, Fernando? I think it expands the playbook. You could do more with Trey Lance, stronger arm, mobile, all that creativity that Kyle Shanahan is known for. I think it's going to help out the running game more to have a mobile quarterback. And Kyle Shanahan and that zone blocking scheme is amazing. So that's where it really gets intriguing. What I'm concerned about with Trey Lance is being inexperienced. Can he command the huddle? Is he accurate enough? Can he read defenses? All that stuff that I mentioned before. It's nice. It's a nice skill set, but you still got to do the fundamentals, learn how to play the defense, know how to run an offense, quick tempos, 2-minute drill, all that stuff. I don't know with Trey Lance yet. We haven't seen it, but to have the skill set and have the talent could do wonders for Kyle Shanahan. It's kind of like a little bit with the Rams where like it's not the same thing because the experience is so much different, but from going from Goff to Stafford, McVay was like, okay, now the playbook is open. There's so much you could do. But Trey Lance doesn't have the experience. So that's what really concerns me about the 49ers this year.
I can't wait to see Trent Williams go in motion again and then
Yeah.
come and just bulldoze
Awesome.
people over. I love that. I wish more teams would do stuff like that. Like, can you imagine Rashawn Slater in motion and just comes around and helps on the right side of the offensive line? You know what? The Chargers did do that though, right?
I think about it when you brought it up, like he's done that.
Yeah, he's done that before. So creativity. I think Trey Lance adds a little bit of a weapon, but I think 49ers fans need to be patient. And that's the problem. You're 3 years away from being a bogus non-holding call away from winning the Super Bowl, a non-Jimmy G almost laying it in the breadbasket and the receiver walking into the end zone away from winning the Super Bowl. You had a couple of torn ACLs in 2020, 2021. Again, you made it to the playoffs. You just need to be patient with this kid. And that's what I preach to 49er fans. Be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I know people hate that saying, but they're just going to need to be patient with the kid. And I feel like the defense is going to be good enough to help them contend, but I just don't see them going that far just because Trey Lance is still a rookie. But going now to the Cardinals, Gilbert, we talked a little bit about Kyler Murray. Do you feel like him and Cliff Kingsbury can make this work? I mean, I know both of them, como decimos en español, a huevo lo tienen que hacer because they both got contract extensions, but do you feel like they can make this work?
Yeah, they pretty much said that they're here as a partnership for the long haul. I don't know if that's the right move because, yeah, Cliff got them into the playoffs, but he has a track record of like when you face a team twice and you go into the second half of the year, he doesn't do well and he's getting out coached in big performances or big vital game. So I don't know about Cliff. Yeah, he got them to the playoff. That's a big start, but it took him 3 years to finally get there. It could be slow progress, but he got paid. And again, this Kyler thing with everything going on that doesn't really involve too much football, it's just messy. And I don't know if Kyler Murray is the answer just yet. He's exciting. He has electric moments, but you got to pay quarterbacks, and he got paid. And I don't know if it's gonna be a happy marriage, but they're going for it.
There's going to be no DeAndre. Oh, my God. I have ice in my mouth. My bad.
Come on, Fernando.
No DeAndre Hopkins the first 6 games. That's going to be rough for him. I know they got Hollywood Brown in that trade during the draft. I don't know how much that's going to help. I know that they were quarterback and they were a good duo back at Oklahoma, but I just don't know if that's going to translate here. Their defense is a little bit concerning just because they do have some playmakers, but I just don't know how much they're going to be able to rely on that defense. The defense also kind of doesn't do well the second time that they see a team. So that's going to be something to monitor. The Seattle Seahawks, Gilbert, a little bit ago, we got breaking news that Drew Lock has tested positive for COVID. that he possibly will be missing the game this weekend. I think Drew Lock needs all the practice that he can get. I know they have good receivers, DK Metcalf. They have Tyler Lockett, and they have Noah Fant who comes over with him from the Broncos. They have a good partnership, but do you feel like Drew Lock is the answer for the Seahawks, or do you feel like it's just going to be a 1-year wonder with him, and we're going to see Geno Smith play quarterback at some point this season because Drew Lock just isn't the guy?
I'm not even sure he's going to get the starting job right now. I think he's competing with Geno Smith. It sounds like it's close. And then Drew Lock just got COVID, so he's going to be behind. It's just a mess at quarterback for them. That's just, they did not even try to find somebody who's decent to compete. I think they're trying to think about 2023. But I want to see more of Rashad Penny. I really like what he did to close out the year. San Diego State product. Fernando,
he's going to be there in 2023.
I don't know, but they finally did something. The offensive line, they drafted, was it Evan Neal? I forget. The tackle. Let me look that up.
Charles Cross,
one of those guys.
He did well over the weekend.
Yeah, he had some nice flashes. And they're gonna be a ground and pound kind of team. But overall, DK is good and Tyler Lockett is good, but when you have Geno or Drew as your options, it's not gonna go well, I feel like.
If you're planning on drafting a quarterback next year and you just took this offseason to build up your offensive line, you're starting in a very good way. You're heading in a positive way for 2023 because you needed to build that offensive line. That offensive line Russell Wilson was taking a beating, so I think they're headed the right way. I just don't know if Pete Carroll will be there. I'm surprised he didn't leave this last offseason. But I just think the Seahawks are going to be probably a lower tier team. They'll probably have the top 3 draft pick and maybe Bryce Young from Alabama or CJ Stroud will be headed. Both LA boys. Maybe one of them will be headed to Seattle. But now, by the way, former Chargers quarterback Tyrod Taylor is now taking first-team reps with the New York Giants.
Whoa, okay.
So that's going to be interesting to see if Danny Dimes can hold him back or not, or if Tyrod will be starting again.
I am not surprised about that. I am not a believer in Daniel Jones. But before we move on, I think I forgot to mention Kenneth Walker has a hernia, so that's not good either.
Yeah. Dude, for Seattle, it's just injuries after injuries, so it's getting a little rough. But now let's go with the Super Bowl defending champions, the LA Rams. They've gained, in the offseason, they gained Gilbert Manzano. Is he strong enough to help this team out and help? No, I'm just kidding. But
provide better coverage, yes.
What do you think is their biggest weakness?
The more I think about this roster, they're well off in a lot of positions, but I'm not convinced yet that they have enough at outside linebacker. I know they have guys who have potential, but they lost Von Miller, and they still have Leonard Floyd, but I don't know about Terrell Lewis. Can he stay healthy? Like today earlier, or was it Tuesday? He's already kind of banged up with his leg. Yeah. Justin Hollins he's very fundamentally sound, but he can't get the sacks going. Chris Garrett has a groin injury. They have another guy named Daniel Hardy, but he was a 7th-round pick. So it's going to be a revolving door opposite Leonard Floyd, and that is the biggest concern because you got to generate some pass rush. It does help that you have Aaron Donald in the middle and Ashawn Robinson and Greg Gaines. They have a very good interior defensive line, but that there's just that one weak link there. But other than that, I love what I'm seeing from Bobby Wagner. I'm pretty convinced that the secondary will be fine. That was a question mark, but I like the rookies they have. They're Aaron Kendrick and Jacoby Durant. They got Jalen Ramsey, obviously, Troy Hill back. So that is the one. It's like right tackle for the Chargers. It's just that one position at outside linebacker. They're just a glaring hole right there.
You can't keep them all. It sounds like running back is going to be running back by committee. Whoever has the hot hand. Is that kind of what? Am I kind of on the right page on that one?
I thought so, and then Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson got hurt, and I know that Sean McVay is saying, "Hey, I have 2 starting running backs here, Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers." From my eyeballs, my test, Fernando, it seemed like they only had one. The one that was doing anything on the field was Cam Akers. He was productive. I didn't see much from Darrell Henderson, and all I hear about this guy is his past injuries. He's gotten opportunities to make the most of it, but he can't stay healthy, and now he has soft tissue issues, to rhyme there. And then Cam Akers has the same thing. It's just a really weird situation. So maybe your boy Kyron Williams steps up as a rookie running back, and it's interesting for now because it's gotten to the point that there might be some concern that Akers and Henderson might not be ready for the season because they're gonna hold out Kyron Williams, a rookie from the preseason. He's ready to go, but he won't play in the preseason as
wow.
insurance. He hasn't. Sean McVay hasn't decided just yet, but he's leaning that way because he needs the insurance of just in case. That's not a good look.
Can they repeat?
I think they have the talent, but when you start off with Matthew Stafford having arm soreness and you have some injuries already, it's gonna be that's a tough thing for now to repeat. Everything has to go right, and everything went right a year ago. It's like the field, the way they opened it up in the postseason last year went their way. It's gonna be tough, but they definitely have the talent to do it.
I'll say that they won't, just because I think that it's too hard. It's hard on the body. I think sometimes teams need to recoup. But all right, real quick, AFC West, give it to me.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about the rankings. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. It's just the more I kept talking about the Chiefs, the more I'm off. Fernando, I guess I'm gonna make people happy with this. Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll go Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos.
Wow, you changed your tune on the Raiders. Number 2.
I think that their offense is going to be high powered. The running back position, they have really good running backs too. I think that's the underrated part about them. But I really do think that the more Patrick Mahomes and these guys keep on talking about how high powered their offense is going to be, the more and more I'm kind of like, see, if you have to tell me and you're not going to show them, that tells me that there's something a little worrisome. So I'll say it's a surprise. Chargers win the division for the first time since 2009. And yes, Derwin James does get his contract extension, and the team is happy with it. NFC West, I'll go first. I'll go Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks.
I hate that we have to agree, but yes, I think it's kind of a weak division, huh, Fernando? It feels like it. I think.
And last year was such a like
3 teams
strong.
made it
into
the playoffs. But it goes Rams, and there's a big gap after that. I think Trey Lance will make it work with the 49ers. And when you look at it from that point of view, they have the most talent, and I trust the coaches. 49ers number 2. Again, the Cardinals.
I can't.
There's something there, right? Like we can't really even explain it, but it's just a bad kind of smell there. Aura there for the Cardinals, and then obviously the Seahawks.
La birria no huele rica, no huele fresca.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call it for the Seahawks, but when you have Geno Smith and Drew Lock cooking, I don't know what you call that. But
the only cool part that I remember is Drew Lock on the sideline, like rapping to who was he rapping? Young Jeezy?
Young Jeezy.
Young Jeezy. Like that's the only cool part that I think Drew Lock ever did. Other than that, I just can't remember.